Hello, viewers. Here's the Mindful Man reading another chapter of Catastrophe, Jack's Downfall. Jack came home from work in a bad mood. His workload was getting bigger and his boss was snapping at his heels. All Jack wanted was a quiet evening in front of the TV. He felt like a kettle getting ready to overheat, and all it was going to take was the smallest things to make it happen. Unfortunately for Jack and Mary, that's what was going to happen. He slammed the door a little too loud and then he checked himself and went into the living room with a false smile on his face. Mary was sitting in the armchair smiling and petting the ring. "Have you had a good day, love?" she asked, even though she knew that he probably hadn't. It was no secret that he disliked his job, and Mary thought that he would dislike any job, but she kept that thought to herself. "It was okay," said Jack. He was lying, but it had been a lot worse than okay. All he wanted was a nice cup of tea and chocolate biscuit, and a cuddle. Was that too much to ask, he thought sadly. "You're looking happy," he said to Mary, and she was positively beaming. "This is why," she said, and she sat down next to him, and then she showed him a beautiful gold ring. "What's that?" he said. "A ring, of course," she replied, smiling even more. "Obviously I know that," he answered, his anger rising like a thermometer. "But where did you get it?" he asked. "You know money is tight," he said with a frown. "Oh dear," thought Mary, "isn't it obvious?" Kate upstairs could hear their voices growing louder, and she did the one thing that she always did. She put on her headphones, and then she turned up the music as she stroked Snowy. "Snowy's a great stress buster," she thought happily. "It's the ring that Tom brought me when we were married," said Mary, admiring it again. "I thought we weren't going to talk about that, Tom," said Jack, his voice getting even louder, and it was hard for him to control the jealousy inside him. "I'm not happy with you wearing that," he said in a louder than usual voice. "What harm can it do?" said Mary, who was acting like she was mesmerized by it. "It reminds me that you're still married," said Jack, his voice rising further. Kate turned the music up louder to drown out the noise. "It's just a ring," said Mary. "It doesn't mean anything." "Then why are you still wearing it?" said Jack, throwing his newspaper onto the ground in frustration. "I'm fed up with your temper," said a distressed Mary. "All you ever do is shout and look angry. You never laugh or smile, and I'm so sick of it," she said. "At least Tom had a sense of humor," she said, "and he also liked cats." This was the final straw for Jack, and he stood up ready to go out. "Where are you going?" Mary said, crossing her arms. "To the pub," he shouted. "What a surprise," she muttered under her breath, and he slammed the door, and silence once more descended on the house. Hope you like this chapter. Please submit.